My name is Georgia Menounu. I am a senior postdoctoral researcher in the group of Professor Andrew Kellett in Dublin City University, and I would like to present you our work on gene editing with nucleic acid click chemistry. The development of metal-based therapeutics is a research field of broad interest that still expands fast, and the concept here is to develop chimeric systems which are comprised by the ligand and the metal ion in order to form metal complexes which are able to mimic the cleavage portion of the natural endonucleases machinery and induce DNA breaks. Now, this transition can be induced either by hydrolysis of the phosphate backbone or by oxidative DNA damage, which is mediated by reactive oxygen species formation. Work within the Kellett group can be divided into two main categories. The first one is to prepare novel artificial metal nucleases, and the second one is to target specific genes. Now, in contrast to the state-of-the-art enzymatic gene editing machineries, we have developed an alternative chemistry-based approach, and here two components are principally required. The first one is an alkyne-modified triplex-forming oligonucleotide, and the second one is an azide-bearing artificial metal nuclease. Those two units are coupled together using the Nobel Prize-winning click chemistry methodology. Upon hybridization of the probe with the gene of interest, what happens is that oxidative DNA damage is induced and can be induced in a programmable manner with a specific genetic locus. In the first part of my talk, I would like to introduce you to artificial metal nucleases that we have synthesized over the years within our group. And here you can see the mononuclear copper-based phenazine derivatives, and for this series of complexes, we found out enhanced stability in comparison to copper bisphenanthrolene. They are also able to bind strongly with the DNA, and they can bind to the minor or the major groove of the DNA. Apologize, the structures here cannot be seen, probably an error moving from Mac to Windows. But we have used polypyridyl metal cage copper-based derivatives, and we use the TPMA ligand in order to enhance stability. And indeed, stability and DNA recognition were enhanced. However, due to steric hindrance, we obtained lower binding affinities. So we thought to substitute TPMA with a DPA, which is less steric hindered, and we found out an optimal balance between stability, binding affinity, and DNA recognition. Moving on, we have also synthesized dinuclear copper-based metallodrugs, such as copper ODA, which binds to the minor groove of the DNA, and copper TPNAP that binds to the major groove. A few years ago, Natasha McStay, who was a PhD student within our group, and she was also funded by the SSPC, she developed the copper TC1 series, which are C3 symmetric opioid scaffolds, and they are high binding condensing agents. Inspired by the TC1 series, Alex Gibney, who is currently doing his PhD with us, and he is funded by SSPC and MSD, he developed a click chemistry-based artificial metal nuclease known as TC-thio. As you can see, TC-thio is comprised by 3 thiophene triazole moieties, which are located around a mesethylene core. Now, the TC-thio compound can actually coordinate 3 copper-2 ions, and upon reduction and formation of copper-1 species, the compound is a potent agent that can induce oxidative DNA cleavage, and it interacts mainly with the minor groove of the DNA. We have characterized the compound using X-ray crystallography, which revealed a tripodal structure. Moving on, we were very interested to probe the DNA binding interactions of this compound. So to do so, we designed a series of high-throughput biophysical assays, and also we used a sequence which is a Dickerson-Drew dodecamer, but in a hairpin configuration, and circular dichroism analysis revealed a non-intercalative binding profile to the minor groove, and also DNA condensation effects. Then we used the same sequence, but this time it was fluorescently labeled in order to perform microscale thermophoresis. In this kind of experiments, usually we monitor the percentage of normalized fluorescence that gives us C50 concentration, which is indicative of how strong a metallodrug can bind to DNA. And also, if we monitor the fluorescence profile, we can see also condensation effects. Moving on, we used the same hairpin sequence, but this time with a thread pair. So to the 5' position, we have a fluorophore, and at the 3' end, we have a quencher. and we performed fluorescence thermal melting analysis. And just for the hairpin, we recorded a fluorescence thermal melting of around 79 Celsius degrees, which increased in a concentration-dependent manner upon addition of the metallo drug. Based on the exciting results that we obtained, we moved to single-molecule DNA imaging, and here we used peripheral blood mononuclear cells, which were titrated with the compound TC-thio prior to total DNA extraction. And then we used an enzymatic cocktail of base excision repair enzymes in order to remove the damaged bases. In order to repair the DNA, we used polymerase I and also fluorescent bases, and the final step on the protocol was to stain the double-strand DNA in order to perform fluorescence microscopy and quantitative analysis. Now, I'm not going to go into much detail regarding those two graphs. However, what is important as a take-home message is that TC-thio compound gave a similar activity profile with the clinical drug temozolomide, and we found out that the damage is mediated and can be recognized by a combination of base excision repair enzymes, and this oxidative DNA damage is mediated by superoxide and peroxide radical species. Last July, our work was published in Agevante Chimie and was featured also on the cover of the journal. Now I would like to show you some of our studies regarding dinuclear complexes, and here in collaboration with Professor Lieben and Dr. Leila Tabrizi, we developed the so-called TPNAP ligand. After this ligand was completely purified and characterized, we can incorporate either zinc or copper as metal centers. Now, regarding the copper TPNAP derivative, those results were published back in 2018 at Nucleic Acids Research Journal, and we found out that the compound binds to the major groove of the DNA with specificity to GC-rich sequences. Regarding the zinc TPNAP analog, the studies are still ongoing, but we have seen that it binds to the minor groove of AT-rich sequences. So for us, it was fascinating that just by altering the metal centers from zinc to copper, we can actually fine-tune the interaction with the DNA to occur to the minor or to the major groove. So we have designed a series of high-throughput biophysical assays, and we found out that zinc TPNAP binds with the DNA and has an enhanced profile in comparison to copper TPNAP. Also, viscosity studies revealed a strong intercalative profile, and fluorescence thermal melting analysis revealed a specific AT destabilization of around 5 Celsius degrees. In collaboration with Dr. Eyad Bisvain and Professor Damian Thompson, we did also some pre-associative docking studies, and it's important to mention that experimental and theoretical calculations are in good agreement, and to sum up, we have seen that zinc TPNAP binds to the minor groove in an intercalative manner of AT-rich sequences. We have a manuscript at an advanced stage, and we hope to submit it really soon to Nucleic Acids Research Journal. The second part of my talk is dedicated to gene editing with nucleic acid click chemistry. Over the years, we have successfully incorporated the azide functionality into phenanthrene derivatives, into metal cage systems, and also to platinum chemotypes. Now, the idea to use click chemistry in order to develop the next generation of gene silencing in therapeutics was originated within a highly innovative Marie Curie training network known as ClickGene. And based on the exciting results, a second Marie Curie network is currently ongoing, known as NatureETN. Both consortia have received large-scale funding from the EU under the coordination of Professor Andrew Kellett. Despite their potential, triplex-forming oligonucleotides, they are low-affinity DNA binders, and they're pH sensitive. So one approach in order to increase stability of parallel triplexes is to incorporate intercalating modifications either to the phosphate or to nucleobase. With that in mind, a few years ago, Teresa Lauria, that was funded by NatureETN, she developed the first generation of azide-bearing phenanthrene ligands, which were clicked to TFOs in order to produce stable parallel triplexes. And indeed, we have generated a library of TFO hybrids. Page experiments have shown and have confirmed triplex formation, and at the same time, the oxidative DNA damage occurs in a concentration-dependent manner on the presence of reductant upon copper binding. Thermal melting analysis have shown an increase and a significant stability on the parallel triplexes formation, and in some cases, we achieved even stabilization greater than 20 Celsius degrees. To take this approach one step further, we have also developed a click chemistry dicopper ligand, which was further decorated with ancillary ligands such as FEN, DPQ, and DPPZ, and Page experiments have shown a dramatic improvement in targeted oxidative DNA damage. Moving on, we developed the second generation of azide-bearing DPA derivatives, and here Dr. Brina McGorman, she used artificial metal nucleases, and they were coupled to DNTPs using click chemistry, following a primer extension enzymatic protocol in order to incorporate them into 2FO strands. Here we achieved a high specificity, especially in the presence of DPQ and DPPZ intercalators, and also high precision cleavage was achieved. And this was the first example ever reported in the literature that was used an enzymatic protocol in order to couple artificial metal nucleases and TFOs, and the largest base modification ever incorporated. Moving on, Dr. Joseph Hennessy, he has developed platinum-based chemotype azide derivatives, which were click to TFO hybrids. Here, cross-link formation with a duplex strand of interest is facilitated upon triplex formation. Page experiments have shown not only the triplex formation, as indicated by higher order triplex, by higher order bands, but also it occurs in a concentration-dependent manner. And what it was important for us is that the concentration of the off-target sequences is not altered. Among the series, Carbo-TFO hybrid gave the highest reactivity and forms one TFO adduct, while the cis and oxali TFO hybrids, they form multiple adducts. Now, the research output regarding the TFO hybrids was disseminated in Agevante Chimie, and the enzymatic synthesis with the DPA, copper-based DPA derivatives was published at Nucleic Acids Research Journal. Now, regarding the future work, back in December of 2022, Professor Andrew Kellett, in collaborations with Dr. Eustace, Slater, and Collins, they have acquired funding from SFI Infrastructure Award for the autopilot. This is a first-in-class robotic facility which is designed to provide end-to-end high-throughput cell screening. So we are very much looking forward to start experiments using our standalone metallodrugs and the TFO hybrids against various cancer cell lines and obtain valuable information on 2D and 3D systems. I would like to thank you all for your attention, and again, SSPC for inviting us here. I would like to thank my supervisor, Professor Andrew Kellett, for the guidance and support, and all the group members for the excellent working environments, our collaborators, and of course, our funding bodies. Thank you.